Well, we have a great product that we're announcing here, and I don't want to spoil it, but I will say a little bit about it. So we thought for a long time, what would a portal look like? What would a platform look like? What would an ecosystem look like that brings everybody together? That takes the best of what we've done with Cardano, but then merges it with the best of what's been done in other ecosystems like Ethereum and Bitcoin, because believe it or not, they apparently have some stuff to contribute too. I know it's a surprise to me. We call it LACE. There's a beautiful booth. There's a lot of the team here, and they've been working real hard for almost a year now. And what's cool when you start from a basis of cryptography and protocol design is you can do some really nifty, neat things. Like you can talk about stuff like, how do you get full node security with a light wallet? Mithril. Well, you have to invent a protocol. Now what's so cool is if you're thinking interdependent, decentralization, resilience, how do you build that in a way where the network runs it instead of just one operator? Are there any SPOs here? Yeah. Have any of you taken a look at the Mithril documentation yet? Yeah, there's a few. Just getting started. That's the magic of these things. If you build it for everybody, everybody will use it. And that means every wallet in the space now gets to have that level of security. LACE can be the first mover, but it's not the only mover. And there's so many other things. Building an identity-first wallet. That's coming, because we'd like to have human-readable addresses. We'd like to have estate planning. What if we get hit by a bus? It's really hard if the only person who has access to the keys is the person who got hit by a bus for grandma to get her crypto. Well, wouldn't it be cool to have structures and systems where you can kind of plan all that out? And, for example, if you don't unlock your wallet over 120 days, it just gets swept to a custodian or something like that. Turn it off if you want, but if you ever lose your keys or you ever get hurt, then it means your family isn't broke. If you want to live in a crypto-first environment, that's a pretty important thing, estate planning. That's just one of thousands of examples of problems we're going to have to solve when we get to 1 billion people, when our users start dying. Someone asked Mark Zuckerberg in his mid-20s, a few years into Facebook, he said, well, how does Facebook handle users dying? And he said, oh, I don't know yet. Why? Because they're all college students. They're in their 20s. You don't think about it. But if you have billions of people, thousands, tens of thousands of users die literally every day. You see, and see, these are the thoughts we must have, morbid and otherwise, about the realities and natures of having such a large user population. How do you white label this technology? How do we make it so that everybody uses common infrastructure so that people enjoy security? What is the official Cardano wallet? There shouldn't be one. It's decentralized, right? So how do you differentiate good wallets from bad wallets? Well, that presupposes the notion of certification. Well, who writes the standards? Well, that means we have to have a members-based organization, right? Oh, okay. See how it's all interconnected, how it all comes together? But if we figure it out, what does it mean? It means it's not only better, faster, and cheaper, but it's safe. And we don't have $35 billion of hacks. We don't have a situation where every day things fragment and split. So the magic and power of LACE is it's our exploration on how do we build something that brings the space together. How do we build something that brings people together, dApp developers, Stakepool operators, the governance of Cardano, and the other blockchains, and give them a great experience that they can use to be a portal to their entire financial operating system, whether they use NFTs, whether they use cryptocurrencies, whether they use security tokens. Everything is in scope in the long term. We tried to build it in a very new way. You know, we took some of the stuff we learned from the past, all the Haskell stuff, but then we brought some new stuff in, like TypeScript, because you need web standards. And we thought a lot about how do we build it in a way that brings everybody together. This is our first attempt and our first approximation. It's balanced in many different ways, and I hope you all enjoy it. But it's not a success unless LACE has partners, which is why I brought the LACE team here. There's Alex Appledorn and Dan and all the others. And they're here to talk to you because LACE has modules. You can build DEXs into it, NFT marketplaces into it, your dApps, your ideas can become their ideas. If you've got a metaverse, might be a metaverse somewhere around here, I don't know. Maybe they're wearing swag or something. Hey guys. Well, it'd be nice to integrate, wouldn't it? And that's the power of us. So we got a lot to do. It's a very busy year to close out. Next year will be the busiest and most interesting year in Cardano's history. Probably our biggest year for real meaningful growth as well. And what we're going to do is just show the industry on how to get it done. They cannot forget their principles, because sometimes they do. They cannot allow greed and hubris to overcome the need for using this technology for the good for all. We're still focused on Africa. In fact, we'll have more RealFi, more Africa play next year than I think we've ever even conceived of. We have real partners like Possession and others, and they're actually doing real things like building microfinance marketplaces, which with Lace, we actually can now introduce to the Cardano community. Stable coins are coming, all kinds of cool infrastructure is coming, and it's infrastructure you're building, infrastructure we're building it all together. Hydra is coming, Mithril's coming, all these amazing things to lift you up and help you get it done. But the crown jewel of all of it will be the age of Voltaire. It's what we're going to be talking about so much, I'll get so tired of mentioning it, but it's really the self-determination, because that's going to harness the brilliance and capability of each and every one of you and apply it towards the future of our system. Now, if we get it right, over the long term, my belief is Cardano's going for #1. We're going to be the largest cryptocurrency and blockchain ecosystem in the world, because we earned it. And if we get it wrong, we'll still be #1. Because we'll still be fucking huge, and we've left behind a gargantuan legacy of open source research. I've never understood the tribalism with respect to Cardano. I understand that people don't like me. Sometimes self-inflicted. I am kind of an asshole. But at the end of the rainbow, what does our success and our presence actually mean? We bring lots of new people into the cryptocurrency space. We leave behind tons of patent-free research, all this amazing code. We figured out how to bring smart contracts to the UTXO model. We figured out how to do certified smart contracts. We brought the entire Haskell and functional programming ecosystem to the cryptocurrency space. We innovated in the consensus world. There's over 10,000 citations in our portfolio. The longer we're around, the more topics we touch, from identity to privacy to other things, and each and every one of these things belongs as much to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of the gang as it does us. So why the hell would you hate somebody like that? It's like just someone shows up in a wild field and makes a beautiful garden, and because you don't happen to own the garden, but it's open to all, you keep trying to burn it down. It's a strange, strange thought. We should never become like that. I don't think success is going to be measured by the price of ADA or the population we have. We don't lose people. We keep growing. That's going to be fine. Success is going to be measured by the character of the community. That's the final thought I'd like to bring to everybody here. We have to be nice. We have to be welcoming. We have to be open. In addition to eschewing cynicism, this needs to be like a family for everybody, the biggest in the world. And we need to understand that if we're not that way, we will only hurt ourselves, myself included in that. So thank you for coming to this event. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. It means the world to the organizers here. It's really cool to see so many faces, some new, some old, some who are good friends, and some who will become friends. We are united in this belief that we can do better. We look to history, and we look to the future. And I hope the future will be decentralized. Thank you.